Hello, I am back on YouTube after what feels like an age, and I'm also back in my home city of London after having lived in Spain for a few years now. I've got an adventure planned today. You might see this steed behind me. It's the Abington bike, lovingly built and made in the UK, and it's also got the ARC motorised battery system, so I've got a little bit of motor assist as I'm going to take you through the streets and the best tourist hotspots as I travel from where I am right now in Finchley and make my way down south and end up back in Croydon. Let's see whether my internal map still works as well as I hope it does, whether I can remember these streets and how much London has changed in this time. I still think it's the coolest city in the world. Let's see what it's all about. I'm going to start my journey now and I'm taking you with me. I've just come from Malaga where it's supposed to be really hot, but I think the UK is actually beating it right now. I didn't even think to bring sun cream. What an idiot. Luckily I won't be getting on too much of a sweat though because of the power assist. Whee!
With this feeling I can leave. I'm working and I'm dreaming. Will you dare to give it over and walk by my side? Do you see the road? Do you hear its call? Do you want a part of it? Just getting me apart now.
Edgware Road. This is such a blast from the past. Years and years ago, God, I'm getting old. This is where my student halls were. And that smell of shisha is just bringing it all back. It's such an evocative smell and it's so indicative of this street. Just around the corner coming up is Marble Arch. So I remember that junction extremely well because during my uni years, I also had a summer job as a cycling instructor. So not only did I teach kids how to do their bike ability, I also did one-to-one lessons with adults who are a little bit nervous. Maybe they hadn't ridden a bike for a very long time and wanted to start cycling to work. And I would take them on their route from home to work and get them comfortable with it in the streets of London, which can be very intimidating. Although once you know what you're doing, it is a dream to cycle around this city. I've made it round Marble Arch, you can see it behind me. There we go, zoom in there. So that is one of London's most iconic buildings, slap bang in the middle of a huge roundabout. Loads of lanes and traffic. And I've now discovered that I could have saved myself half the hassle and just cut straight across it because they've got bike lanes going right through it, all the way to Speaker's Corner where I find myself now, and it's disappointingly quiet. And now I'm just going through Hyde Park, huge park, home of the Serpentine, and I must admit I've never seen it looking so dry. England, you are facing a drought of unforeseen proportions. Everyone get on your bikes and help stop climate change because look at that.
Harder than I like to think, but it's easy when you're by my side. No point in calling, you'll just have to see. the fundamentals of our life tonight. 'Cause I've been looking at a photograph of you.
I've made it now to our first proper stop on this whistle stop tour. Me and the bicycle there. There she is, Arky. We're going to the Natural History Museum, where I'm going to be meeting my husband and 7-year-old kid, because if you had a 7-year-old foreign kid coming to London for the very first time, out of curiosity, where would you take them? I thought dinosaur fossils, skeletons, bugs, free entry, Natural History Museum. It's got to be, and I don't know who's more excited. I think it's me. Okay, cheeky boy, venga. Huh? Now let's take a closer look at the lovely bicycle that's just got me through the streets of London. Really relaxed and total chilled style. So this is the Abington. It's been directly designed and made by the guys at ARCC in Cambridge itself. They've got a really big focus on British made. Like I say, it's designed in Cambridge. The tubing is 631 coming directly from Birmingham, and the mounting for the battery is also designed and made in the UK. So let's have a little look at the battery here. I'm going to take off the neoprene cover. So this is just a little protector. So we're looking at a Bosch battery. It's 4 amp, and if you've got it on the top setting, that should allow you about 50 minutes of riding, more or less depending on gradients. Here in London it's been pretty flat with just a few slight little uphills, so I reckon I'm going to get plenty of time out of it. And the great thing about this, it's fairly lightweight, and you just slip it out the bike and you can charge it wherever you are, and you can get a replacement or a charger in basically most hardware stores, because it is a standard power tool battery. So you'll notice that this is placed at the front of the bike, ding ding, which means it's got all of the power going through the front wheel rather than mid-drive, meaning that they don't need to create any sort of custom frames, and they do actually adapt this system. They put it on Bromptons, Moultons, and you can also get in touch with them and speak to having a custom design put to whatever frame you've got. So just get in touch. And rather than back wheel as well, back wheel power, you'll notice that it's got a hub gear, and the battery and the motor don't mess around with that at all. So coming back here to the intelligent drive pod, like I said, designed again in the UK. Okay. So, you know, if you do have any problems or report any bugs or anything like that, you can get straight in touch with the guys at ARC and they'll sort it out for you right there on your doorstep. It's Bluetooth system operated, so you've got all the tools that you need at your fingertips on the handlebars here. An on-off button, OFFs. You've got an automated mode and a manual mode. Like all e-bikes, you can choose how much power it's using versus how much energy, so the higher power you've got it on, the quicker you use up the battery. It's also designed by replacing the bottom bracket, and it works with a torque and a cadence system. So it relies on information from both of those things to decide just how much power to give you, to give it as much of a natural cycling feel as possible. And I definitely felt that cycling here today. And final little nifty trick that I want to show you that I've been using on the ride over. So if you pop the brakes on, get on and bring your left pedal up, and you press down on the left pedal. When you let go of the brakes, it gives you a burst power injection. Natural History Museum was awesome, although tiring in its own sort of unique museum-y type way. I've now got my battery pack, just slipping it back on nice and easily, and I'm off for stop 2. There's a big lake behind me. You can feed squirrels, sparrows and swans pretty much from your hand, and it's essentially the Queen's Garden. Of course, it's St James's Park. I actually decided to ride here without the battery mode on to save a little bit of energy for later on for the big ride back into Croydon, and it was totally smooth sailing just along the Straits of Hyde Park and through into St James's Park. No battery needed really, and the bike was riding perfect. And I am home, conveniently with some finish line flags behind me. I don't know what that's all about, to be fair. The greatest thing about cycling back power assisted is that often I would actually grab the train from central London to Croydon back in the past, because at the 7 o'clock barrier, so if you're travelling in rush hour you can't take a bike on the train. But with this lovely bicycle behind me, I was able to cycle the whole journey, not even break a sweat, even on this really hot sunny day, and I was able to skip the rush hour on the train chaos. So absolutely brilliant. All in all, I've had an amazing day. It's been a wicked opportunity to go around London and see some of these old spots, see how things have changed. Really, the cycling culture has massively changed in London. There's so many more new bike paths. There's traffic lights especially for bicycles that allow the bikes to go just a couple of seconds earlier than the cars, giving you a little bit of time to start off. Not that you need that with the ARC system, because you do get that extra torque power when you're starting off. However, yeah, there are loads of changes in London, but it's still the same old city for me, and it's been wonderful today just to explore it and have a summer day out on two wheels. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like a 10% discount, if you're interested in fitting one of these systems to your bike, or if you'd like to buy this exact bike but in your size, do get in touch and we can sort you out a discount. See you later, bye!